Welcome to my channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment.
Hello, guys. Welcome once again to another review of Love&Marriage Huntsville. Today, we're going to be talking about the episode 7. Before we go ahead and talk about the episode 7, what did you feel about how are you going to rate this episode?
I rated it at least a good 6. Because there
Mm.
was a lot of things going on, and a lot of things I was like, "What? Wait a minute, why?" But hey, that's just me. But I rated a good 6. What about
Mm,
you? What did you rate it?
for me, I rated 5.
Okay.
Because I found it a little bit boring for me. Um, yeah, I find it a little bit boring, except for some key moments, and the key moments were no more than like two times, and then after that it just goes back to, I think I was actually watching the show, then watching something on my phone. Like, it was just boring. Like, I couldn't just stay just glued straight to the episode alone. I just couldn't. Um, but that's by the way. Let's go ahead and talk about today's episode. Um, we're just gonna be talking about the key moments of the episode. One moment I want us to talk about. We got the continuation of the Trish and Melody and the continuation of the lies. I felt embarrassed for Trish at one moment because my girl was lying and lying and lying, looking for another lie to cover up the lies, and it wasn't helping her. She
Yeah.
was looking so dumb in this conclusion. I was glad that they ended it, because I was like, man, take pity on this girl, because there's no way you be lying so how would I put it? I know people lie. I know I lie, but Trisha's lies, my God, they are on another level, because I know I do lie sometimes, yeah. Oh, not to her level. Like, you forget every detail, every information. How come? Make it make sense. How come? It doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, how did you see the concluding, situation?
Yeah, I mean, I don't get why she lies. Yeah, I feel like just keep it a buck, man. I mean, like, what is uh Melody gonna do
What are
to
they
her?
gonna do? Yeah,
Yeah, beat her up. Like,
she's gonna beat you up.
yeah, like what is going on? So I just didn't understand the lie. Because like I said, once you tell one lie, you gotta keep it going,
Yeah.
you know. That's why I just rather tell the truth. And if it makes me look stupid, then oh well, I'm looking stupid. You know?
And I do understand that sometimes when you tell one lie, you need to tell two more to, like, cover it up. But her
Right.
own is that she keeps forgetting the previous lies that she has told. Like, when you're lying, at least keep record of the lies you've told. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, you would think
That's
somebody would.
101 of lies. That's 101 of lying.
Mm-hmm.
When you want to lie, make sure you have a recollection of the lies you have told, so that next time when you're telling the story, it's not different.
Right.
Because once your story starts changing, people, even if you're telling the truth, but once your story starts changing, people start looking at you like, mm, this doesn't look right. Get it? So I feel like she should have done a better, you know, keeping a recollection of the lies she has told, whether it be truth, or let them not say outright lies. Okay, let's just say whether the lies and the truth she has told. I felt like she should have done a better job at remembering them, so that when next time she's asked a question by another person, she does not like be like, oh, and people just be like, but that's different from what you said. Like, she's giving confusing, and she covers it up with that her small voice that is so quiet, and you think like, okay. For me,
Yeah.
I just feel like when you want to tell lies, remember the lies you told. You get it. For your own sake and for my own sake that is listening to your lies. Remember the lies you told. But anyways, that scene was ended. Now I want us to talk about Melody going to meet okay, let's talk about Martell meeting with the what's their name?
With Nell and
Nell,
Fletcher.
the Fletchers. Yeah. I'm one thing I'm proud for the Fletchers for being able to open their new space. I'm proud of them.
Oh,
Um that by the way, I didn't understand why they called Martell to have a chat with them. There's something I believe when you know somebody is wrong, you let the person know that the person is wrong. Don't come the way they even called him and was talking to him. They were not. It didn't give me like they were trying to tell him that guy you are wrong. It wasn't giving me that kind of. Listen, it was giving me like, I still understand where you're coming from. Let me just let you know where others are coming from. They were not trying to let him know that. For me, me watching as a viewer, I felt like they were not really that deep on him being like, guy, you fucked up. The things you said were effed up. You get it. And you involving Latisha did not make sense. So for me, I felt like the Fletchers were babying Martell. I don't know. It's just my own. What did you feel about them meeting with Martell?
um, I feel like they kind of tread easy when it comes to Martell. I don't know if it's because of the history that they all have together, but I just feel like, when it comes to Martell, you know, they're they're not really judgmental, and they don't make him take accountability for the stuff that he does do,
Mm-hmm.
or the things that he say, because sometimes his mouth can be reckless,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
I just think it's kind of like a double standard. you know i
Mm.
i don't know if that's
Exactly. Because I
yeah.
know if it was Mel, they would have voiced it out that, oh, this is my displeasure
Right.
of it. And it's not fair. You say you're equal with the both of them, but one person you tend to be more lenient and more, to the person, and the other person you're not. It's not a fair thing. If you want to be hard on the both of them, be hard on the both of them. If you want to be soft on the both of them, be soft on the both of them.
Right.
Uh, But moving forward, we also had Mel meeting up with the Scott. But before we talk about the conversation between Mel and the Scott, let's talk about the conversation between Marsau and Latisha. The moment he told her, Melody holla at me, it felt like it was a glorious, the way he said it was giving, yeah, I have arrived. Melody reached out to me. Melody chatted me up. If it gave me more of a, I am so happy that Melody chatted with me. That was what it gave me. That he was happy that Melody chatted with her, and he was like, "Oh, okay. Then how are you guys? How is your relationship?" And she said, "Oh, we are cordial." And he was like, "Okay, cordial means different things to us. Me cordial means we're cordially, we are, you know." But like, I don't know whether it is me. I did notice the moment Marcel said he got a message from Melody, Latisha's face, like kind of just it drained. Like she didn't like that. And for him as a spouse not to have noticed the draining, right? For
Right.
him not to have noticed the draining of Martell of Letitia's face, that is was puzzling to me. And him being like, you know what, anytime Melody comes, it's always great for me. I don't know what it is for you. Like he was giving you. This is your wife you're talking to, right? And you're telling her that anytime another woman that you know her and your wife are not really like they're just trying to be in good terms. You're now saying that anytime her and the woman comes over like that, it's great for you. That means you derive pleasure. And there's always this thing that has been on the street that Marsau likes when him and Melody has this back and forth when they always go at each other. That he loves it. He dies for that kind of moment. And he's like kind of cementing it, being like, you know what? Anytime me and Melody just meet up like this, I kind of it's for me it's a good one. And I feel bad for his wife, because how would you sit down close to your wife and tell her that when another woman color at you like that, you always feel pleasured, like you always feel happy, like it doesn't make sense at all. And Masao sometimes behaves like, do this are those is Latisha, I keep on asking myself every time they behave a certain way, is Latisha and Masao a real couple?
Mhm.
That's just how I felt in that whole interaction. Like he was so happy for Melody coming over, and that was sad for Latisha.
Yeah, she looked a little frightened, actually, to tell the truth. She kind of looked like she heard of a ghost or seen a ghost. Um, and I don't know. I think she's intimidated by Melanie. For what reason? I don't know. It just seems like she's intimidated.
Mm. But do you think it was fair for Masao to have kept on saying those things, saying like, "Oh, I don't know for about you, but when Melody calls me up like that, it's great for me." Do you feel like it was nice for him to have said that in the presence of his wife?
Nah, I just looked at it like he already know what time it is because Melody chews him up every time. You know, so he knows that Melody doesn't take his crap. She lets him know exactly how she feels. You know, and she really doesn't care what Letitia has to say about it. Because her whole thing is, you know, I always hear things about you guys and stuff, but I never say anything. It's always you guys saying stuff about me, you know.
Mm.
So I think Mar um what's his name? Marceau knows exactly.
So,
Yeah, he knows exactly what he's getting into when uh Mel is in the picture.
mm, okay. Now let's move forward to Trish and Ken. Ken met up with his guy friend, and Trish was with Destiny in her house when the notary came to her house for her to sign the divorce papers, right?
Right.
Ken in the other side talking with his friend, being like, you know what, saying the blah blah things he was saying about Marques. Um, then he was like, you know what, the only thing hindering me is the divorce paper. Once the divorce paper is handed in,
Mm-hmm.
he said he has told Tricia that he's gonna go get a ring and they'll, get married. Why Tricia on the other side, right? After signing the divorce paper, she wasn't giving me the feeling of, oh, I'm really excited. Like even Destiny was looking at her like, girl, you're supposed to be excited. Like you've been saying that you wanted this um for the longest. For somebody that has been wanting or wanted something for the longest, your expression is not giving I've wanted this for a longest time. This is what I wanted. And I too, as a viewer, felt it like, I didn't feel the energy she has been coming from the episode one of, oh, I want to get away from Marques. He's not a good man. Ken is my man. I expected more from her when she finally found out that, okay, and when she finally signed that paper and it was stamped and she knows that, yes, officially she and Marques, nothing. The only thing that is keeping them, that is connecting them together now will be their kids. I thought that she was going to have more joy. And where I now got like, I need to be looking at Trish with one eye was when Destiny asked her about, okay, now that you've signed this, no, when are we coming for the wedding, right? When are we fixing the wedding? And she said, wedding? I don't know for now. And I'm like, someone commented and said, Tyrone Soba said, Trish, Tricia will continue to be Marques' backup. So she's then saying that she doesn't know whether they will get married for now. She's not interested in getting married for now. And I'm like, okay, you and Ken have been having conversation about the divorce, the kids, marriage. There was an episode they actually talked about marriage, right? I think earlier on. So I'm like, I was confused. Now you have the divorce that you have been using to cover up. The divorce you have been using as an excuse all this while is now out of the way. Why the heck are you saying that you will not get married? You've been dating this guy for like 2 years, right? Did they say 2 years or so? I forgot it how many years.
Yeah, she
Okay,
said
yeah.
2.5 years.
Okay, you've been dating this man for 2.5 years, and all through that 2.5 years, the excuse you have been giving is, oh, you've not divorced from my case. You've not divorced from my case. You've not divorced from my case. Now the divorce has been finalized. What is your effing excuse? Why are you saying that marriage is not in the books? And I felt bad for Ken on the other side, smiling that, oh, very soon it's going to be official. And probably he's going to get down on one knee and propose to her and they will live a happy married life. Why she, on the other hand, is saying that I don't want to rush into any marriage again. I'm like, okay, what did you feel about the opposite thought about marriage from Ken and Trish?
Well, first off, I kind of tripped off. Like, okay, you have Destiny come over for what? You know what I'm saying? To watch you, to give you a bigger storyline about signing these papers. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that scene was just fake.
Yeah. And then Destiny saying, hey, you're going to feel all this later. You may not be feeling it now, but you're going to feel it later, you know. And Destiny, that's your opinion. Maybe that's how you felt, you know. Everybody's entitled to feel how they're going to feel,
Yeah.
with their situation, you know.
Oh,
So I was just like, this is kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? It's like, is all this just planned, you know, for them to sign this paperwork with Destiny right here, you know? And as far as it went for Destiny, well, no, let's get back to the Ken situation.
yeah.
I kind of felt like what's her name?
Tricia.
Trisha. Trisha, yeah, she's kind of like playing a game to me. It doesn't seem like
Oh,
she's really sincere with trying to be with Ken like that. You know, like you said, it felt like she still has feelings for her ex.
yeah.
You know, and I don't know how that's gonna end up working out for her and Ken. I just don't see anything like that working out.
So you don't see them getting married in the future?
No, I don't. I think once he thinks about everything, I think he's just gonna be like out. Like I'm not doing this with her, and You know, she lies about too much stuff, you know,
Yeah.
and there's no need to lie.
If you watch the interaction they had when Melody was eating her food and they were talking about the divorce stuff and the co-parenting stuff, it still gave me vibes of there is love in between these two. Or
Yeah,
maybe, there's a thin line between love and hate, but it gave me that there was something between these two, something I have not seen between her and Ken.
yeah, there's something still there, you know, there's something still there. And Ken doesn't see it yet because, all she's been yelling is, I need to get a divorce. I need to get a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Once you get that divorce, you still not sure if you want to marry this man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it seems like you're just trying to hold on to this man for whatever reason.
Maybe he's good to her kids.
Yeah, that could very well be it. You
Maybe
know.
that's why she's holding on to Ken. Maybe he's good for her kids. That's why she's holding on to him, because I'm like, she has so much. When her and Marques have interactions, there's so much energy, and you know um they have towards each other. But when she's talking to Ken, she goes into that, "Hey, well, son, what's son?" That you start looking for her voice. And I'm like, okay, okay.
It just seems like she's just not really sincere.
Yeah, she's not a sincere person.
Yeah, it's like, who do you want? Who do you want to be with?
Who do
Who do
you
you
like?
really love? Because it doesn't seem like it's Ken.
Yeah. And that situation, where Ken called everybody in and was like, I want to thank everybody, you know, um, I want to say for my kids, me and Trish being parents. I'm like, in my own opinion, I'm not a mother. So I don't know how this is be for me, but for me watching, I felt like it was a little disrespectful, because at least it would have been different if Marquise or Marquez was not there. But he was there. He had spoken to his kids. And you just see the daughter's face when Ken said that.
Yes,
The
I thought.
daughter was not pleased when Ken said that. Tricia herself was not pleased when Ken said that. And I'm like, if the daughter of the person you are trying to claim to be your own child is not pleased about you saying that, and the mother is not pleased about you saying, what is driving you? And I feel at this moment, what is driving Ken is, you know what? I think maybe he's feeling and he's getting to understand that maybe Trish and Marquise, there's like there's nothing that would really, really divide them.
Mhm.
There's nothing that will really, really, really come between them. And he's like, you know what? If I can't get it by crook or by hook, I'm gonna get it anyway. If I have to demean you, if I have to bring you down, if I have to demoralize your spirit to get what I want, I'm gonna get it. And I feel like at this stage, maybe he's trying to come off as a bully, maybe because he's bigger than my case. And right now he has the upper hand because the kids are living with him. He takes care of their feeding and whatnot. You get.
Yes.
So I feel like he was trying to come off as bullish. And when Marquez came, I was like, oh, I'm the father. I felt like, why did you, see, I believe in respecting and the kids. I believe in putting the kids first. That's
Right.
my own stance.
Hmm.
Put the kids first. F your feelings. F Marquis' feelings. F Tricia's feelings. F Ken's feelings. The people's feelings that should be taken care of are those kids.
True.
And if you don't care for the kids' feelings, then why are you there claiming to be a father?
Right.
You did not, these children are not your biological children. The father is present. It's not like he's absent.
Right.
He's trying to have a relationship with the kid. It's gonna be different if the father was not present. But the father is present. So why did you have to do that? Hey, that was my question. And that was a
Mhm.
cringy moment for me.
Yeah, I thought that was, just because he came in, Marquez came in and, hey, I want all the guys to gather around, let's give a toast, woo woo woo. You know, um, Ken already was coming into it with bad feelings, like, hey, I just have a feeling this ain't gonna end up well, and he's used to taking control, and, all this stuff. And then when Ken gave his little speech and he was like, yeah, I want to thank, the parents, me and Trish, and, and how he didn't include Marquez. I was like, well, what the heck? Wait a minute, hold up. You know, you're not even the stepfather yet. So it
Mm-hmm.
was kind of disrespectful, and it kind of made, I'm pretty sure it made Ken feel small, you know? So I don't know. I just thought that was just kind of low.
Yeah, very low. I was very disappointed. I was, very, very disappointed. But I guess we'll find out like next week how it goes. But before we go, let's talk about how did you feel about Melody telling Marsau and no Maurice that she has been talking about his DUI? Do you think that was the right move? For me, I feel like if you cannot say something in somebody's front, don't say it at their back. And I love that. So whatever I say at your back, I'm gonna come say it at your front instead of murmuring and gossiping about it at your back.
Okay, now wait a minute. I'm trying to make sure that I heard you correctly. You're asking me about when.
Melody told Maurice that she has been talking about his DUI with some of the cast members.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I know Melody means well and everything, but this is a grown man, and if he chooses to drink, he's gonna drink.
Yeah,
No matter what anybody says. You know, Basically, I
yeah,
felt like all that should have been reserved for his wife to say to him. You know what I'm saying? And if she ain't said it, then
no, yeah.
well,
No, me, I'm talking about, me, I'm saying that she has had this discussion with some of the cast members, right?
right, I remember.
Right. So now she's telling Maurice that I have talked about you to some of the cast members. For me, I said, I think that is okay because some people be gossiping at people's back, and when they come to their front, they cannot say it.
Right,
I'm not saying her talking about Maurice is right. At this point, me and myself, I'm tired of the Maurice talk. If he doesn't want to stop drunk driving, good to him. One day he's gonna get the one that is harder than he can take. So
right.
allow him to make his mistake. If his wife, my mom always says something, and I think that's what I live by. Um, I tell people, if whatever I do and my mom that gave birth to me doesn't complain,
Hmm.
who the hell do you think you want to complain to me, right? So if you come with your complaints and being like, oh, this, oh, you're doing this. Okay, my mom saw me with this. My mom has seen me with this. She hasn't complained about it. And my mom always told, when my mom was alive, she always stood by that word. If somebody felt like, oh, I have a complaint about your child and I come to you, she'll be like, I'm good with it. Did I come to complain to you that there's any problem here? So me, myself, I felt like, yes, her talking about the DUI. After that first time she talked about it, I think it should have ended there. Um, but her still trying to get information from Letitia and the rest. I didn't understand that part. But I do understand that this is reality TV show, right?
Right.
Sometimes you need to be in people's business you don't want to be in. You get it. But I still believe that there's a moment, even if the producers and the editors and everybody is pushing you to be in people's business, I think that at one time you just say, you know what, I think this business is not a business I should be at. This business is not a business I should be at. I commend the fact that she told Maurice that she has been talking about her because, of course, we know how this group works. One day it's
Right.
going to get to Maurice's ears that, oh, Melody has been talking about you at your back.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
Right.
at least if somebody comes to want to use that as an ammunition tomorrow, be like, oh, Melody, I was talking about you as your back, he will be like, oh, she told me that she's been talking about me at my back. So nobody can use that as an ammunition against her. She has reported herself to the person. That's the only part I said. That's the only thing I said I commend her for doing because at least she has reported herself to Maurice. But for talking about it again, I don't see any reasons for her to talk about it. That's my own perspective.
Okay. I mean, I understand your point. You know, but still, in hindsight, I just didn't understand why she felt the need. I mean, she's not the mother of the show, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I just didn't understand why she felt the need to even check him on what he's doing. He's a grown man. He's gonna do what he want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And evidently it doesn't seem like Kimmy really cares because when they met, what was they doing? They met for something during this. Oh, at the graduation party that Trish was giving. She had a bottle of liquor in her hand. So that means, hey, it's gonna be drinks. You know, all the guys had drinks in their hands. So like he's not really getting away from getting drinking the alcohol because it's still there. It's still around.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know.
But
That was just my thoughts on it.
let's talk about the preview they gave us. Okay, I don't think we talked about the real conversation. We only talked about Marsau talking about Melody coming, but we didn't talk about what Melody discussed with them. I kind of forgot about that part. Right.
Hmm.
Melody said Martell sent her a text message. How? Martell is a funny human being, funny enough. How do you have a restraining order and still be texting somebody? I think in that restraining order, the only time you should contact Melody is about the kids. But
Right.
you had a fight with your dudes. You know, the guy, then you went back and snitched on your dude to your ex-wife. Like, my first question when she said that, when she read out the text message, I was like, what was Martell's POV? What was his point of view? What was he planning to achieve by sending this text message? Was he thinking that Melody was gonna come gun blazing, claws out, and start tearing at Marsau and Tisha? Then tomorrow he will now come and say, I told you that lady is violent. Because he can do that. He does that.
Yeah.
He pushes someone, then goes to the sideline and be like, yeah, yeah, I said it. She's this, she's this. Why are you sending Melody a text message about an event she wasn't there to
Right.
snitch?
Right. Well,
Did you feel like he had a plan for sending that text message to Melody? Because I felt like that.
yeah, and basically, I think it was basically he couldn't really stand up to Letitia and him, and that was his way of getting Melody to stand up for him, you know.
Mm,
I mean, I did hear him say something towards um Letitia. I mean, something towards I remember hearing Marcel say something towards Mel, you know, and even if it
Yeah.
was Martell saying, hey, well, did she, try to have sex with you or whatever he said, like, dude, you don't have to keep repeating. You don't have to repeat any of that. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like he kind of made sure that he let Melody know because, at this point he needs a ally. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He needs somebody who's gonna side with him and, you know, go after everybody. Because he knows that Melody knows a lot of stuff that she hasn't said, she hasn't really spoke on, because them being husband and wife, there's pillow talk. So she knows quite a bit of stuff. Like she told uh Marsau that time that, hey, when he said, hey, don't cry, and she's like, no, I'm not crying. It's the one who's gonna be crying is Letitia when she divorces your ass. She knows a lot of stuff,
Mm.
you know. And this is what I'm thinking, that she knows a lot more than what she's really saying. And the only reason why Martell had her all up in that was simply because he couldn't really handle, the argument between him and the Scots. So why not bring Melanie in it?
Yeah, I just felt like there was an ulterior motive, and that was childish.
Yeah, it was.
That was childish.
It
Very.
definitely was. It was, but that's Martell. It's the things that he do.
But anyway, that is his way. Let's talk about the preview they showed us for next week's episode, where we see Latisha, Kimmy, and Trish talking about Melody and the way she was talking about the DUI stuff. For me, I'm gonna say it. If there's anybody that wants to complain, it should be Kimmy. Then I understand Latisha because Latisha is also family to Kimmy. But what is Tricia finding in that conversation? What the hell did Melody do to her that she wants to chime in that conversation? That is just a question I want to ask. Because I know Kimmy has a bone to pick. I know Latisha has a bone to pick. What is Tricia's bone to pick?
I think that she just didn't like the fact that she was uh that Melody actually kind of like put her on the spot as far as her and Martell's so-called relationship, you know. So I think that she was, kind of caught off guard from that, but still all in all, I just felt like, I don't know, Trish just got some, I don't know, some issues here, and it seems like she's just not going to be honest with really anything.
Mm. I don't know. You were caught in a lie. So what's your beef? You were the cause of your problem. Why are you beefing?
Yeah, inquiring minds would like to know.
Why are you beefing? For me, I want to wait till next week's episode to see what she has to. Because if Kimmy says anything, I understand. If Latisha says anything, except if Latisha said her own is even one-sided, I'm not really gonna be siding with Latisha because that's not her problem. It's Kimmy's problem. It's
Right,
Kimmy's beef. You
right.
get, so it's only Kimmy that I feel like, okay, you have something to say that I will listen to. Letitia, I'm just associating her because she's a family to Kimmy.
Right.
But you see, Trish, I can't wait to hear what she has to say. I literally can't wait for next week episode to hear what she has to say.
Yeah, I can't wait for next week's episode too, because it seems like a lot of more things are gonna unfold. Because from what Kimmy is saying, that Mel is making it her business to make sure that she finds out everybody who's been cheating. So that's gonna open up like a big Pandora box there.
But anyways, let's just wait to see how next week is gonna go. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. On another review and recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Join us tomorrow for another recap. Um, don't forget to press the subscribe button, guys, down below to subscribe, like, and comment your thought and opinion about what we said on this video on the comment section. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a nice day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.